I'm on the up and up, you see the level up. Don't feel the pressure much, they still catching up. I bounced back a couple times, it's the triple up. My bounce back got my stats looking ridiculous. Looked at my life and said I'ma have everything I want. Front line with my grind, yeah, I'm G.I. Joe. I ain't hold nothing back, I'm all I stunt. The arsenal on my hustle, got some big guns. Big business, good business, yeah, it's always that. Double checking on the check, making sure that's fat. See my past calling, told her I call her back. Plumber man on these tracks.
Hello. All right, so I am back. Y'all already know I took 2 weeks off of craft service, of working, of doing anything, because I wanted a full 2 weeks to have to do nothing. So I took a Christmas break, basically. But today is my first day back. I am on set this morning working on a social media shoot for a brand. And so it's a small setup, nothing major. They wanted something just for like 15 or 20 people. So that's what I'm here doing, is setting up their craft service. But we're at a stage called, or a studio called BLT in Hollywood. I've worked here a few times. I pretty much know the layout of the studio, but we're on a stage that I've never worked on. I've worked on their, I think stage 1 and stage 2, and today we are on stage 3. So that is what's happening for me this morning, and I have another job lined up in a few days that I'm doing in Glendale. So all in all, work is resuming. Everyone took their little Christmas break, their New Year's break, and now they are ready to get back to work, and so am I. Okay, so somebody said there was a problem with craft service, so I'm going in to investigate. Okay, so what just happened? A guy from set came out and made a comment about the craft service table, and he was basically saying that, you know, I guess something that he was looking for was not on the craft service table. And so immediately I'm thinking he complained to production, which a lot of times if a crew member has a request, I try, if I'm there for a couple of days or whatever, I try to fulfill the request if it's reasonable. And for the most part, if I've already shopped, then I'm not really concerned about going out and trying to get additional things to add to the table. Now, if production requests it, you know, personally, then of course I will do what I have to do, and I will get that item for production. But really, I'm really only concerned about the production manager, production coordinator being unhappy with the craft service table, because a lot of times we've already discussed what is going to be on the table. And they already know, based on their budget, what they can realistically afford to be on their table. So nevertheless, I thought he went in and complained to production, and so of course I don't want my client to be unhappy, because they're hiring me to do a job, and ultimately this is all for the crew. So I went in and I took some video of the craft service table, and I'll show you guys that now.
You know what, Ali? It's, I know it's probably like last minute, but you got floor. No, floor.
I'm looking at the table and just making sure that, you know, everything is well stocked and that we pretty much have everything that they're going to need for the entire shoot. Once I realized that the table pretty much had everything, now there are times where I do forget stuff, but once I realized that everything was on the table, I went to the person that hired me and was like, hey, I just want to make sure that you are happy with what's on the table. And if you have any questions for me, I just want to make sure everything's okay. And I do this anyway, but I wanted to make sure that I went out of my way to be clear and ask the question, you know, if she was happy with her setup. And she said she was. But I don't know, I feel like sometimes crew thinks that the tables have a never-ending supply of items. The budget a lot of times may not warrant, you know, having a ton of variety, but I still try to do my best. To at least have enough of variety that, you know, the crew overall is satisfied. That just goes to show you that no matter what you do, there will always be someone who is not happy with your best. And so, you know, it doesn't mean, for me, it doesn't mean, you know, put in less effort because you can't make everybody happy. But for me, it means that I will continue to do what I feel is a great job and what I would want to see on set, and try to provide the best spread that I can. And I mean, at the end of the day, that's really all I can do. I'm not psychic. I don't know what everyone's preferences are, their dietary needs are, unless I'm told. And because I basically was given free range to just provide the type of service that I typically provide, that's what I did. So, but yeah, that threw me off. Like, number one, don't be passive aggressive. If you have a problem, stop, have the conversation with me. Let me know that you're not happy. But when you walk past me and say things, you know, that are directed to me under your breath, and then you're not even stopping, you just keep kind of heading to wherever it is that you're going, then it makes me not want to take your, you know, complaint seriously, because you're not even taking it seriously. All in all, my client was happy. The person that hired me was happy with the setup, and that's really all that mattered to me. All right, you guys, so it's early. It's like 5:30 in the morning, and I'm setting up continental breakfast and craft service. I'm at the first location. Everybody has gone to a second location, so I'm just here trying to hurry up and get set up before everybody gets back. They already had breakfast, so they've already gone through continental breakfast. I'm just trying to get crafty set up, but it is cold and it's nobody here to help me lift all this water. What's up, y'all? All right, so I am back. I set everything up, set up breakfast, set up the craft service table. Your girl is looking a little rough. I'm letting my hair grow back in. I'm waiting for this side to catch up with that side, because I realized that he cut me above my sideburn to the skin, so now I have to wait for that hair to grow back in, because I already told y'all for 2020 I am growing my hair out into like a little taper cut. So I want to let my sides fill in before I go get a haircut, because I want to grow my hair in. I want the cut to look a certain way, so I want to make sure that, you know, when he leaves the hair on top, that the sides look decent. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I am chilling because everybody's still at the other location. I have an hour and a half until everybody comes back. I've already set up the craft service table. I've already replenished some things for on the breakfast table. And so right now I'm just hanging out. I'll probably leave breakfast up maybe 30 minutes after they arrive back here, and then I'll get rid of breakfast and then use the second table that breakfast is on to fill in with my craft service stuff. So that is what I'm doing right now, just kind of hanging out. Usually I'll run in to like restock the table if, you know, the table is paced a little bit faster, but because nobody's here, I really don't have to do that. I went and checked and I replenished some stuff that people kind of went through before they left. Other than that, the table, nobody's here, so the table looks exactly the same. This morning I provided craft service as well as a continental breakfast, which is just pastries, yogurt, fruit, cheeses, stuff like that. So I'm just hanging out until the crew gets back, and then I'll go in and kind of watch and make sure that there's nothing that I need to restock. They took waters and drinks and snacks with them, so they have some stuff over there. And then basically our main setup here is at base camp. But yeah, so I'm just chilling until everybody gets back here. We are shooting, like, I think it's something for the MLS, dealing with soccer. So today should be a pretty easy day. I'm only working half the day. Someone coming here to work the other half because I have some things that I have to take care of. But she's gonna work from 1 to 7, and then I'm going to basically do a handoff, kind of fill her in, let her know what's going on, and then she'll take over from there. She's somebody that's worked on jobs with me before, so I'm not concerned about things, you know, still being good after I leave. This is the second job that I'm on. Y'all already saw the shoot that I worked on the day before yesterday, and so ultimately everything with that turned out fine. My daughter has finals coming up, so we have some papers that she has to write for school, so I have a lot back on my plate. That 2-week vacation was so nice. It was so nice. I think I'm gonna start doing that for real though. Whenever kids have a little vacation, I'm gonna take a vacation too. And when I take my vacation, we're gonna actually like do some fun stuff versus my daughter being on her break and then I'm still working. So I think I'm gonna, at least for the last 2 years that she's in school, when she's on break, I'm gonna be on break too. I will holla at y'all later. So I'm on a mission for a coffee table for my brother's house. I'm finally off work, so now I get to do something fun. Something like that spray. So I'm here at my brother's house because I picked up curtains to do his window treatments, and I feel like the curtains don't match, or they don't go as seamlessly as I would have liked, but I'm gonna let y'all look at them and you let me know what you think. So this is the color. I tried to get it to match this, and then also the rug. But
tell YouTube it don't match.
He's saying he does not like.
My scarf is crooked. You trying to put me on?
He's saying that he does not like this color. I feel like they should probably be
lighter, even if they were
a little bit lighter.
Even if it was a pattern, like even if they were striped and it was the cream color and white,
right?
That would go.
So back to the drawing board. Yes. To accompany me on Bed Bath & Beyond's website so we can get the curtains that he wants.
Wait, hold on, they can't see.
All right.
Go to curtains and then you go in your room so I can pick.
No. You see the level up. My bounce back got my stats looking ridiculous.
You see it.